Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapatiye Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to today's samarpanam on Mayilpeeli. Today we shall chant, learn and understand the slokas of Narayaneeyam Dasakam 24. We shall chant the sloka first and then understand the meaning. The story of Prahlada, the son of Hiranyakashipu, begins in this Dasakam. Prahlada is a very special and ardent devotee of the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. Dasakam 24, Sloka 1. Hiranyakshe potri pravaravapuषा deva bhavatam hate shoka krodha glapita drutire tasya sahajaha hiranya prarambaha kashipuramaraarati sadasi pratignyāmatena tava kilavadārtam madhuripo. In this sloka, Bhattadri says, O Lord Guruvayurappa, who is the killer of Mura or Madhu, when you killed Hiranyaksha to save Mother Earth or Bhumi by taking the incarnation of an enormous white wild boar, Hiranyaksha's twin brother, whose name also starts with Hiranya and is named as Hiranyakashipu, is grief-stricken and is filled with rage. He loses all his joy and happiness, and in spite of being afraid of you from within, he takes an oath in the assembly of all the asuras or demons that he will kill you. Dasakam 24, Sloka 2. Vidataram goram sakalu tapasitva nachirataha purah sakshat kurvan suranara mrgadairanaidanam varam labdva drupto jagadiha bhavannayakamidam parishundran nindrad harata divam tvamaganayan. In this sloka, we understand that Hiranyakashipu then undertakes a very deep and intense penance and gets Lord Brahma appear before him and grant him a boon that he should not be killed either by the devas, men or animals, neither be killed in water, land or sky, nor be killed during day or night, and also not be killed with any weapons. Lord Brahma, pleased with his penance, grants him the boon he asked for, and as a result of this boon, Hiranyakashipu feels he does not have death at all. He has conquered death and becomes very arrogant and goes around destroying everything and tormenting the world, disregarding you, the Supreme Lord of this world, as he conquers and snatches the Indralok from Lord Indra. Dasakam 24, Sloka 3. Nihantum tvam bhuyah tava padamavaptasya charipoho bahi drushtirantar dadita hrudaye sukshma vapusha nadannuchaistatrapi akila bhuvanante chamrugayan bhiyayatam matva sakaluchitakashi nivavrite. We can understand that in this sloka, Bhattadri tells the Lord that Hiranyakashipu then reaches your divine abode, the Vaikunta, to kill you. Looking at Hiranyakashipu in rage and roaring, you immediately take a very subtle micro form, invisible to his naked eye, entered his heart and lay hidden there. Hiranyakashipu looks for you all around in Vaikunta and the entire world, and since he could not find you, he returns to his own abode, confident that he had conquered you. He crowed aloud arrogantly that you were scared of him and had run away in fear. Dasakam 24, Sloka 4. Tatosya prahladaha samajani suto garbhavasatau muner veena panehe adhigata bhavad bhakti mahimam savai jatya daityaha शिशुरपि समेत्य त्वयि रतिं गदस्त्वद्भक्तानां Varada Paramodaharatam. Here Bhattadri says to the Lord, O Varada, the granter of desires, after some time passes, Hiranyakashipu begot a son named Prahlad, who turns out to be a model to all your devotees. In spite of being born in the demon race, he was your very staunch devotee. As Prahlad was still in his mother's womb as a fetus, he was taught the greatness of devotion by the sage with the Veena Maharishi Narada. As a result of this, even as an infant, Prahlada developed immense and extreme love for you and became a prime example for your devotees. Dasakam 24, Sloka 5. Surarinam hasyam tava charanadasyam nijasute sadrishtva dushtatma gurubirarshishikshachiramamun Guru proktam chasau idamidamabhadraya drudamiti apakurvan sarvam tava charana bhaktiyaiva vavrude. In this sloka, Bhattadri says, the evil-hearted Hiranyakashipu, enraged at his son's slavish devotion to your lotus feet, is scorned by the demons. The demons also made fun of Prahlad for being so slavishly devotional. Hiranyakashipu engaged many teachers for a long time to brainwash Prahlad of his beliefs. But Prahlad brushed aside all the teachings of these tutors as evil and grew up with staunch and unshaken devotion to your lotus feet. Dasakam 24, Sloka 6. Aditeshu shreshtam kimiti pariprishte tatanaye bhavat bhaktim varyam abhigadadati paryakuladhrutihi gurubhyo roshitva sahajamatirasyetyabhivadan vadopayanasmin vyatanuta bhavat padasharane. Hiranyakashipu once called his son Prahlad and asked him to tell one of the best lessons he had learnt, and he replied promptly that devotion to the Supreme Lord was the greatest of all. As soon as he heard this, Hiranyakashipu was disconcerted by this answer, and he became so angry with his teachers. He summoned Prahlad's teachers, and they said that the devotion to the Lord Hari was his natural inclination, and they have not been able to influence anything. Here Bhattadri says that Hiranyakashipu contrives to kill Prahlad, who had taken refuge at your lotus feet through various devices. Dasakam 24, Sloka 7. Sashulaira viddaha subahumatito diggajaganaihi mahasarpairdashto apyanashanagara hara vidyutaha girendra vakshipto ahaha paramatmannai vibho tvayi nyastamatvat kimapi nanipidama bhajata. Here Bhattadri says that, O Lord Guruvayurappa, O divine soul, though Prahlad was pierced by sharp weapons many times, he was trampled by a host of elephants of the quarters many a time, and he was bitten by huge poisonous snakes. He was starved at times and was given poison to eat. He was even pushed down from the highest mountain tops. He was unshaken, and it was a wonder of wonders that Prahlada was unhurt and no harm came upon him, as he had placed his full faith in you, who are omnipresent. Prahlad's devotion to the Lord was so intense that he had full faith and did not bother about any hardship that came upon him, because he knew that his Lord would be there to save him. In fact, it is believed that when he was pushed from mountain tops before he landed on the ground, he would be held by the Lord, so he comes out unhurt. The Lord ensured that neither poison nor elephants or snakes did any harm to him. Dasakam 24, Sloka 8. Tatashanka vishtaha स पुनरति दुष्टोऽस्य जनको गुरुक्त्या तद्गेहे किल वरुणपाशैस्तमरुणत् गुरो चासानिध्ये स पुनरनुगान् दैत्यतनयान् भवद्भक्तेस्तत्त्वं परमपि विज्ञानमशिषत्. In this sloka, we understand that Hiranyakashipu was deeply upset and alarmed to see that all his attempts to destroy Prahlad failed. The evil-minded father here follows his tutor or guru's advice and tied up Prahlad with the ropes of Varuna and kept him prisoner in his teacher's house, where a lot of kids from the Asura clan would come to learn. Here, when Prahlad's teacher would be away, he would gather all his friends, the students of the teacher, and tell the divine pastimes and stories of the Lord, and he would preach the philosophy of the supreme knowledge and the greatness of deep devotion unto the Lord. He would sing praises of the Lord, and all his classmates also would join him in singing praises of the Supreme Lord. Dasakam 24, Sloka 9. Pita shrunvan bhala prakaramakilam tvatstuti param rushandaha prauhainam kulahatakakasthe balamiti balam me vaikuntaha तव च जगतां चापि सबलं स एव त्रैलोक्यं सकलमिति धीरोऽप्यमगदित्. Here Bhattadri says that Prahlada's father Hiranyakashipu, when he hears that instead of one Prahlad, now all the Asura boys in his class were interested in singing prayers unto you, O Lord, Hiranyakashipu, blinded by rage, called him the bane of the demon race and asked him who was his supporter, with the strength of who was Prahlada behaving so indifferently from his father's wishes. To this, the courageous and intelligent boy that Prahlada was replies that Vishnu, the Lord of Vaikunta, was his support, and that Vishnu was the support for his father Hiranyakashipu and the whole world as well. In fact, he also went on to say that Vishnu himself was all the three worlds. Dasakam 24, Sloka 10. Are kwasau sakala jagadatma haririti prabinte smastambham jalita karavaloditi sutaha atah paschad Vishnu nahi vaditumishosmi sahasa कृपात्मन विश्वात्मन पवनपुरवासीन मृडयमाम. Then Diti's son Hiranyakashipu, overcome by rage, shouted repeatedly, asked where was that Hari who was said to be the soul of the whole universe, roaring and crowing with rage, picked up his sword, swung it with great power and struck the pillar in front of him, breaking it into two. O thou soul of mercy, here Bhattadri is blinded by the vision of the great appearance of the Lord, and he emotionally says, O Lord, soul of the whole world, O Supreme Lord, who is omnipresent and who is enshrined in Guruvayur, I am unable to continue with this narration. Please bear with me and give me solace. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam, Govinda Govinda. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Shri Haraye Namaha. Shri Maha Periyava Sharanam.